Where is the clash? Clash when her problem of talking and your problem of going away and being in the cave is in the same time. There is a clash. She needs to talk. You don't want to listen to anybody. Now then what happens? Frustration begins. And a whole 9 yards of things starts to brew inside. So what's the solution? Solution is, first we have to understand that you have never ever seen this from your parents, most likely, because they never seen this from their grandparents. And we must learn new skills because the circumstances changed. So if we just can agree with that, we can go on to the new relationship skills. Okay, so there are three big ways of our relationship skills needs to be channeled. And this is for girls. So how do you handle the guy in the cave? So you must give them space, right? And you need to learn to do your own things. During that time, you must learn to do your own things. And you also need to ask time to talk. So if you ask time for talk, he must be considerate and say, okay, so I will schedule a time. I know she needs to talk. And I know that time I can sit back and I need to sit back and she will be ventilating. Okay. But there is a new terminology. That comes for the guys, yes. She also must be accepting him being in the cave, accepting, trusting, and forgiving for doing all that. So if the three key values are in the acceptance, the trust, and the forgiveness, you will manage very easily. And if you can keep your focus on appreciating the small things, what he is doing, so he feels successful. Remember that man feels loved when he appreciated because he feels he made a difference. Okay? So if you can make him feel he made a difference by appreciating what he did, doesn't matter what small little thing it was, he will come out from the cave and stay out from the cave. Or he will always go back. There's a natural way of going back because resolving problems will be always happening in the cave for him. Make sense? Okay. This is your new relationship skills for guys. You must learn to listen. There's a new terminology called duck and dodge. Now, what did you do when you were out fighting in a war? What did you have to do? There were bullets coming, right? Bullets coming, so you did this, right? And you stayed like this, and you put your whatever that on, so what do you call that? The shield, okay? So you just stay there and breathe, you don't move, okay? So what happens is you practicing exactly the same thing. So sitting down and she's upset and she needs to ventilate, you need to learn to duck and dodge. So you go to a fight and say, okay, my job is to let her ventilate, it's not about me, right? There will be words firing here and there, and your job and your test to be a real man in the fight that you can withstand that without taking it personal. Because you understand that your only job sitting there is what? Listening sympathetically without offering solution. Now this is so hard to do. So just imagine.
This test of a patience, one script.
Right. So this is test of a patience of a man in a war, right? Or in a fight. Because you are going to wait for the proper moment to do something which is validate her and understand her. That's when you insert your little words. I understand. I know how you feel. Magic words for her who is raging out of upset. keep that engraved and tattooed on your brain. You listening sympathetically is nothing else but giving her love. You don't need to resolve anything. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. That's it. That's your job. And it's very difficult when it comes like this and you realize, wait a minute, she's ventilating. Because you might not be doing this to very much of a perfection. The person is ventilating, so what should I be doing? Duck and dodge. Breathe. Okay, it's not about me. Okay, so it's about her. She's ventilating, okay. That's what you do. When you can do this, she feels nurtured. And if you can start doing small things on a regular basis, which you know will make her happy, she will start appreciating, because her new job is to look for things, what you are doing, so she can appreciate you. Why? Again, you do small things for a very selfish reason. Why? To get what? Appreciation. Because your number one fuel to feel loved and successful is what? Feel appreciated.
I have a question regarding this.
Yeah.
When going through this process of the frustration that everyone has to
Yes.
say something, I
Yeah.
don't know why she has put in such things inside her, from where she's getting.
Okay, hang on.
She
Let's stop there, because we are women and we are allowed to feel. Because men go out and kill.
This
Natural instinct. Our left side and right side brain is wired so thorough through, you don't have that. So you have no idea how we feel, because you can't.
The next question is.
So does it make sense? You must accept that. You must accept that. That we can actually talk and think in the same time. You can't do that. All because our brains are wired this way. Second.
So the second question is, while
Ventilates, yeah.
Ventilates, she is discussing some problems. Now we have the solution in our brain, and we know that what is the right solution, but we are not allowed to
No.
discuss the solution.
At that point, no.
At that point. So when we should go and talk about the solution, or
You wait, because you know what? The end of the conversation, she probably gonna come up with the solution by herself.
if that's not right, the solution is not right, then should we pinpoint at that time, or we took out some?
No, you don't pinpoint anything, because the moment you pinpoint, you
The whole
took away the whole
Track
validation.
is changed.
What?
The whole track is being changed. The moment you pinpoint
Pinpoint,
anything,
you invalidate her.
Okay, so we need to seek out some other situations when we can.
Your recreation time of listening to her is your recreation time of rest.
Take tracks at that time.
Yeah, take a tea.
don't listen to music at the same time.
And now is one more secret to that, which is not on this. After she ventilated and she's done, and she's gonna come to conclusion on her own, and she's gonna say, oh, I feel better already, thank you for listening to me. You got your first appreciation right there. You need to let her be without offering solution for at least 15 minutes.
In the meantime, it's not 15 minutes, 3 hours are gone.
But it's normally 15 minutes, you should not say anything, and you should let her be with the good feeling what she just received from you, of you listening to her. That's a huge gift what you just gave her, and she appreciated it back already, which should make you happy, because you succeeded in something. making her happy. Because that's the biggest thing. What man feels happy about is when she's smiling, and she's happy because you did something. So if you listen to her and she's smiling, you should be happy about that.
But we are actually happy about her smile, but when the 3 hours of visit, that has built up a lot of frustration that we have back so much.
No frustration. That's why this is your challenge, to sit there, watch. It's a movie. That's it.
3 hours of doing
No. She won't be talking for 3 hours if you allowed her to open. And completely, and you don't interrupt. And you validate her each point. What she feels, because you know what? Even though if we feel irrational, and we girls can actually say that to you, that we know that it may be unrealistic how we feel. And if we actually say that, it's helping a guy to say, yeah, she's pretty much unrealistic, but you know what? She's allowed to feel that way, because girls are feeling entities. This is why they can care for you so much. Make sense? If we didn't do that, we wouldn't be caring for you. Make sense? So nurture that feeling side of her. It's good. She needs that to be a woman. Yeah.
I have a question. Obviously, man also wants to be listened by her wife. Wife, sorry.
So, wait on that.
Okay, second question.
Okay? Wait on that.
If you just go to the one slide back,
Yeah.
it's written that do your own stuff.
Yeah, for girls.
Yeah, for girls.
When you are in your cave, we have to do our own stuff to make ourselves happy.
Yeah.
Because when you come out from the cave, you need to see us happy.
Okay.
And if we are not happy, you are not happy, and you be back in your cave. And we want you to come out of your cave. So we have to keep ourselves happy with one thing or another. So when you come out, we are smiling and you welcoming you. That's why, yes.
What about the theory of protectiveness? You know, men do feel protective.
We will come to that. It will come step by step. But so far, understood?
Yeah.
Make sense? Okay. Feels for normalcy to keep us okay. Now, the problem actually comes when our upbringing didn't support us to be having our male side and female side properly nurtured. So it happens that when the guy doesn't feel nurture, guys doesn't nurture and support, and girls doesn't get, that would be the other way around. Where the girls don't feel nurtured and supported, and the guys don't get appreciation. So when you have a relationship, I'll just take this out, okay? So the first is, the problem comes when the girls don't feel supported and nurtured, and the guys' problem is when they don't get appreciated. So you can just look at, even at home, your relationship with your parents. How much appreciations did you get? How much emotional support and nurturing do you get at home? How much validated do you get for your feelings? Well, I don't know. Okay? When that happens, we lose balance. And now we lose balance, and we literally slip out of who we are. And that's a feeling which is happening. And it happens for girls in 3 stages. So bear with that, because you can see where a girl is depending on what she's exhibiting. So stage number 1 for a girl is she becomes overwhelmed. She starts to overeat. Yes. And then eating is basically a so-called need replacement. So the need replacement for love, or the craving for food, is the craving for love. In stage 1. Stage 2, she starts to become doing a lot more things at home, It doesn't matter, so she's just so busy. So she becomes excess goal-oriented, very competitive, and very independent. Because she doesn't want to be depending on the guy's nurturing. She can do all on that for her own. And she cannot show anymore her vulnerability. And stage number 3, she wants to be with guys who talk a lot and share a lot. And this is the so-called emotional role reversal point, when her female side got suppressed and her male side gets dominant. And this is when she starts longing for a softer man, a feminine partner, and when actually she realizes to be with a man like that, she realizes she can't share her sensitivities because the guy is so sensitive. If she would share something, he would fall apart. So that means she loses interest. A double-edged sword. That's what happens. Now, how can she heal herself? Healing herself is basically she has to start to open her female side and admit that she needs a man. Because all those girls are those power girls. They say, we are just really happily can live without a man and we can do everything. But the real true emotional nurturing and support can only come from a male side. And your male side or our male side, if it's so prominent, cannot provide that. It's not the same. So then nurturing the female side through having girls as friends who you can share freely. They won't interrupt you, they will sympathize with you. And that's what happened in the Stone Ages, that back in the caves, all the girls were together for weeks. The guys were out for hunting and gathering. So they were able to share, that were all taken care of. But now, girls stay at home, no one to share with. Unless they have a Facebook group to do that. And they'll have to learn to relax. Especially women who are in a way of constantly doing, they feel they don't deserve to relax. So you prominently have to tell them, please relax. And it's okay if something is not done, can be done later. And allow a man to do things for you. And that begins with opening a door for her. Because the moment you open the door for her, this is what you say. You say, I care for you. Where am I saying it now? Not here. I care for you. You are important. You are special. I understand you. I want to nurture you. You are special. Please go through. The moment you did that one small little things, what is she going to give you back? Well, appreciation. What is she going to say? What is she going to say?
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for
Opening the door.
opening the door. So you are just so selfish because you want to get so much appreciation. So you go and you open the door. Please go. Makes sense? No ego in there. Be selfish. Do everything for you because you need to feel good succeeding in something. You open the door. You succeeded to make her feel good. She's happy. She will say, thank you. Unless she's such a power lady, but never mind. The more you do it, she will soften back up. Don't worry about it. She's a girl after all. She's just out of balance. And you need to bring her back.